welcome to another episode of Science Made Simple. I'm Mr. Ryan, a secondary science specialist here at the Pique Lab. In this video, we'll be analysing a past year examination question on the topic of particulate nature of matter. I've also prepared this question for you to download for free by clicking in the link in the description box down below. So, let's get started. Let's take a look at this question together. Question 7. The graph shows the change in temperature with time when a substance at negative 20 degrees Celsius is heated to 120 degrees Celsius. When we talk about temperature, what exactly are we measuring? We are measuring the average kinetic energy of the particles. Let's take a look at the graph. Is it going upwards or is it going downwards? It is going upwards. It is going upwards because it is being heated. And what is heating? Heating is gaining energy. So what do we call such a curve? We call such a curve a heating curve. Whenever I see a curve like this, the first thing I like to do is to identify the regions where there is a change in state. So from the change in temperature, how do I know whether there is a change in state? A change in state occurs when there is no change in temperature. Why is that so? When it is being heated, the energy that is being gained is used to overcome the forces of attraction that are holding the particles together instead of increasing the temperature. As a result, the temperature will remain constant. When there is no change in state, there is no change in temperature. How is that illustrated in a graph? It will simply be shown as a horizontal line like this. Can you circle or highlight these regions that are in the graph? There are actually two of these regions. One of them is from Q to R and the other one is from S to T. Since there are only three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, can you tell me where each of these states belong in this graph? So the solid will be at the start of this graph, followed by the liquid in this middle portion here, and then the gas at this final portion over here. Now that we know the regions that these three states of matter belong to, we can then proceed to label the processes that are occurring at the two regions that we have highlighted where there is a change in state. What is the process that goes from solid to liquid? That process is known as melting. So can you tell me what is the melting point of this substance? The melting point of this substance is 0. Let us label this as the melting point. What about S to T? S to T goes from liquid to gas. This process is known as boiling. So can you tell me what is the boiling point of this substance? The boiling point of this substance is 100. Let us label this as the boiling point. Does this substance sound familiar to you now? What is something that has a melting point of 0 degrees Celsius and a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius? That substance is actually water. Now that we know all of this, let's take a look at the options, as the question wants to know which statement correctly describes the change taking place between the points. Since we are looking at the correct statements, what we want to look out for are the ticks. Option 1 says that energy is being released from points P to Q. What does a release of energy mean? A release of energy refers to a loss of energy. When we are heating things up, are we gaining or losing energy? When we heat things up, we are actually gaining energy, as we have written over here. We are gaining energy, and that is why the curve is going up. Hence, this option is incorrect. In option number 2, it says that the energy of the particles remains constant throughout from points P to U. Remember that temperature is the measure of the average kinetic energy. So if the energy remains constant, what does that tell you about the temperature? This tells us that the temperature will also remain constant. Is that what is happening here in this graph? It is not, as we can see clearly that the temperature is increasing. Therefore, this option is incorrect. Moving on to the next option, option number 3, the particles absorb energy to weaken the forces of attraction from points S to T. What is S to T? S to T is boiling. And yes, there is a change in state. And this change of state, as we have mentioned, is where there is a gain in energy to overcome forces of attraction. which is similar to weakening the forces of attraction between the particles. Hence, this option is correct. Even though we know the answer, let us take a look at the last option to see whether it is a better option. Option number 4 says that the volume of the substance is decreasing from points R to S. What does a decrease in volume mean? Does it mean an expansion or contraction? A decrease in volume suggests that there is contraction. In this diagram, we are heating things up. You learn from primary school that when things are heated, what will they do? Will they expand or will they contract? When we heat objects, they will expand, correct? Hence, this option is incorrect because an expansion suggests an increase in volume. Hence, for this question, the correct answer would be option number 3. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, do give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to check out more videos by us, do click on the links on the right hand side over here. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!